Enderal is a total conversion mode for Skyrim, therefore it shares many aspects with the original game. But at the same time it builds a completely different world and gameplay, leaving players uncertain about the best ways to face its challenges. When I started playing Enderal, I found myself with many questions, and struggled to look for answers without incurring major spoilers. Still, I found very helpful the knowledge of some basic aspects, and it is this that I want to share as 5 tips for Enderal, with no spoilers for its story. The first tip is, don't be afraid to explore. The landscape of Enderal is simply beautiful, and I often found myself leaving the trace path to wander around. At the same time I could not help but worry, am I breaking some quests? For example, I find a cave near the beach and I think, maybe a future objective will bring me here and I'm ruining it. Or I will think twice about picking a lock to break into a place because maybe I was supposed to find a key to a quest first. Or I'd see a random hole in the floor and be reluctant to jump into it because it might not have a way out. Well, all my worries were unfounded. If your character is able to do something, it means the developers have accounted for the possibility of a player doing it, and you won't get stuck for it or break any quest. Even more, Enderal is filled with little details, hidden loot and mini-quests, to push the player to explore its every corner and better get to know the world and its lore. Entering a private house, pickpocketing someone, breaking into a vault, don't be afraid to push the limits. Sometimes it is actually required in order to proceed with a quest. Just remember that the difficulty is not tied to the level of your character, but to the region you're exploring. In general, the further you get from the starting point, the most difficult it gets. The second tip is about Handicraft, one of the skills the player can raise in Enderal. With little points available, one might be tempted to skip it entirely and focus on other more interesting skills. Why bother with Handicraft when one can find all kinds of good weapons and armors all around? The reasons are two. Handicraft allows the player to improve equipment. By unlocking the right memory, it is even possible to improve enchanted weapons and armors, giving the player quite the advantage. The second and most important reason is that some of the rarest objects cannot be found or bought, but only crafted. Is it a necessary skill to progress the game? Certainly not. Enderal is a game of choices, and with each of them new possibilities open up in the sea of eventualities. By spending more crafting points in Handicraft, you will not get to develop some other workmanship skills. In the end, you should choose whatever skill will end up maximizing your playthrough, your own enjoyment. The third tip is about getting better prices. To raise your skills in Enderal, you need books, which are very costly, especially at higher levels. There are, however, different ways to reduce the prices, and also sell your loot at a convenient price for you. The simplest method is raising the rhetoric skill. The more you progress in rhetoric, the better the prices get, the more books you can buy, basically helping all other skills. Also with rhetoric, you can successfully choose specific dialogue options, leading quests to different outcomes which you would not experience otherwise. Some equipment also grant a reduction in price. Clothes, armor, jewelry may have enchantments which increase the level of rhetoric and positively affect the prices. You should keep an eye out for them when exploring, but also when looking in the stock of traders. An outfit with the fortified rhetoric effect can be bought already at the beginning when arriving in Ark. Another method is using the mesmerize spell to confuse merchants in giving you better prices. This is of course not well seen by the path-abiding people of Enderal, so you should always sneak if you try that, if it is in line with your character. The spell can be bought at merchants and will improve with the psionic skill. The fourth tip is for all the hoarders like me. If you like to pick up everything that is not nailed down, you'll soon find yourself encumbered and not wanting to throw away your precious loot. But you are in the middle of nowhere, so what to do? The best way is to use a teleport scroll to reach a city. The problem of course is getting back to continue the adventure. This is solved with the mark and return spells, to be found at merchants. Simply use the mark spell to mark a location, then teleport to a city to sell or store your loot. Then use the return spell to go back and keep on looting. Rinse and repeat. The last tip for this video is to listen and read. Listen to the songs of the bards, they actually tell you more about Enderal and what you will encounter. Read the books you find, some have a solution to solve specific situations you might find yourself in. Read your journals to better understand what you are supposed to do and why. Pay attention to what the characters say to understand more about the world you're in. Stop to talk with the people, even people you already talk with. They might have more dialogue options later on. And read the tips of the loading screens, they are really useful. Most of all, enjoy the world, enjoy the songs, live the life of Enderal, it is an unforgettable experience. Walk blessed.